good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another video with the hockey coach guru, Coach Frenchie for the Hockey National Show. Today, we talk about the NHL Playoff 2022, round number 1. This video is about the Washington Capitals versus the Florida Panthers, the winner of the President Trophy. We're going to give you everything you need to know, the stat, the roster, the update, the injuries, everything. So don't go nowhere. But before we start, you know already what I'm going to tell you. Yes, subscribe to the show, sharing with this with your friend. And finally, click on the likes beside me and tell me what is your prediction between the Panthers and the Capitals. Let's dive in and talking about that series. First thing to do is, of course, we need to talk about first of all, we're going to do the live stream play-by-play commentary with the hockey coach, Coach Frenchie. The first game starts Tuesday, May 3rd at 7:30 at Sunrise in South Florida. The Capitals are 44-26-12. They finished 4th in the Metropolitan Division. The last 10 games, they are 4-4-2. They lost the last 3 games. The differential is plus 30. At home, they are 19-16-6. They have a pretty good record on the road, 25th. 10-6. Florida Panthers is all about their first team and standing in NHL, first also in the Atlantic Division. They are 58-18-6. Last 10 games, 7-3-0. They lost the last game of the season. At home, they are unbelievable, 34-7-0. Differential, the number 1 in NHL, plus 94. And they are 24-11-6 on the road. Their power play for the Panthers, 5th in NHL. For the Capitals, 23rd. The penalty kill, Capitals pretty better at 12 in the NHL, 15 for the Panthers. The goals for the Panthers are number 1 in NHL with a goal for average per game, guys. 4.11, unbelievable. And for the Capitals, 3.29, pretty good, 10 in NHL. Both of them are the goal again at 2.95 square. 12 in NHL. The shot for the Panthers are number 1 and 37.3. They shoot from everywhere and they score from everywhere. Capitals 31.4, 14 in the NHL. Face off, both teams struggle. 48.2 for the Panthers, 47.1 for the Capitals. The block shot for the Panthers at 28 at 11.98. The Capitals 13.82. The hit per game, they hit a lot, both teams. 6 in NHL for Capitals, 7 for the Panthers. Finally, the giveaway puck. The Panthers gave a lot of giveaway per game, 10.88 per game. And then the Capitals are 23rd, pretty good, 27.28. Let's move on for the little bit more deeper about the stat. First of all, they played 3 games each other. The Florida dominated the series by 2-1. They won the first game 5-4. They lost at the Washington 4-3, and they win at home and OT 5-4. Again, the goaltending situation for the Panthers. Let's move on myself out. Bobrovsky have an amazing, great year. He is the number 1 with the most W this season, 39, 2.67, 0.91, and 3. The rookie Knight have not a bad year, 2.79 and 0.908 for the rookie. For the Capitals, the goaltending, Samsonov, 23, 12, 5th, 3.02, 0.89 is 6. Not a great year for Samsonov. A little bit better the last couple of games, but still not consistency with him. Vanecek is at 20, 12, and 6, and also at 2.67, 0.908. The leader for the forward, or at different categories, most the point, Huberdeau, 115 guys this year with 85 assists. This is a record in NHL. Ovechkin for the left winger. Ovechkin have 90 point, guys. 50 goals. Ovechkin also have the most goals, like I said, 50. Barkov, the most for the Panthers at 39. And the most assists, Huberdeau, 85. And Kuznetsov is at 54 for the Capitals. At the below of this graphic, you can see the team stat. I'm not going to talk about this. I mentioned a couple of those, but you can take a time to know more. Now, let's talk about the strength for the Capitals. They have experience. They won the Stanley Cup a couple of years ago. Most of them, some of them play with them already, but also they are really physical. As a team with Tom Wilson dominate at that way, can hit also Ovechkin. He can do his part of the hitting for sure. So there's a team, they don't let the other team go play around them for sure. And when you have Ovechkin, expect, to be careful on the defensive zone coverage for sure, because Ovechkin. So you cannot give a lot of power play to Capitals because Ovechkin can score. We know that. What is concern for the Capitals for me, it's all about their defensive zone coverage. They struggle a little bit on the defensive zone and the inconsistency of the goalies. This is my biggest concern for them. They can carry on that kind of the play above good or average, because again the Panthers, they know they will face to a lot of shots, and also they can score a lot of goals. So they have to be sure if they give a better chance for the Washington to win this series, they need the goaltender show up for sure. For the Panthers, their strength, the depth. The four line can score from the top to the bottom. And that's what they are in the beginning of the season. The offensive, we know, is the number one in NHL at 4.11. And they are maybe, on my eyes, the best top three player in NHL, both ways, two ways, and is the center, Alexandre Barkov, the captain for them. My only concern for them is how Aaron Ekblad injury is going to recovery. Can he be ready for the beginning of the playoff or a little bit later? That's something that we're going to know. But how he's going to feel, how he's going to be, is it at 100% or not? That's something we have to follow up. And then the Bobrovsky. We know Bobrovsky can be one of the best goaltender in NHL, but also some night he's not there. And that's why we have to, the Panthers, not a concern, but you have to be sure that the Bobrovsky play better what he did for the last couple of games and the last 2 months in NHL schedule. So we'll be interesting about this. We know not only Barkov, Huberdeau with the Panthers. We talk about Verhey. We talk about Anthony Sclair. We talk about Sam Reinhart. We talk about Sam Bennett. Talk about Marshman, Lundell, and Orvis over there. And it's just that team is just deep on offensive zones, on offensive forward. On the defense this year, they did get at the trade deadline, guys, they pick up Chariot, Robert Hagg, and Claude Giroux. And that's another one I did not mention to you, Giroux. So the Panthers have everything to go a long run during that NHL playoff 2022. Let's move on to give you a little bit more deeper stats for you guys. And I like to do it. Oh, before that, my prediction of this series, I forgot about this. Yes, the Florida Panthers going to win that series in 5. I don't see how Washington can compete against an offensive like the Panthers, to be honest with you. So this is my prediction for the playoff between the Panthers and the Capitals. Let's move on with stat. Like I mentioned, usually here I give it to you, screenshot, pause the video, check all the categories, who's dominate the most, and that's the way I like to do this for you guys. That's the best way anyway. So take screenshot, pause, you can see the Florida have most domination over the Capitals. This is the defense goaltending compare. And finally, this is the last one, the play driving comparison for both categories. And it's all about the Panthers versus the Washington Capitals. Finally, 6 different stats I like to do. They gave it to you, micro and macro data by Josh, by J Fresh Hockey. Share with you. Take a time, read about this. I'm telling you right now, Barkov, one of the best center in NHL for sure. Then following by Huberdeau. What about his WER? By the way, he passed the puck and his power play is amazing. One of the best, but he is maybe the best winger, left winger in NHL on my eyes. Finally, the defenseman, Aaron Ekblad. We know he did not play all year long, but still, when he is on the ice, we know he can bring a lot on the offensive zone for the Panthers. Finally, 3 players for the Washington. Of course, Alex Ovechkin, the veteran. Ovechkin have a great year, 50 goals. WER is a 92%. Following Kuznetsov, have a really strong year for Kuznetsov. He has difficulties last year, but this year he showed up a little bit better. WER 74. And then the quarterback for the Washington, the veteran, John Carson. Great year, guys, with them. For his WER is 94%. He's the catalyzer or the quarterback for the Washington Capitals. Guys, this is going to be very interesting, but I don't know how the Capitals can compete against the Florida Panthers. I still the Panthers going to win that series in 5 games. They are just too much for the Capitals to handle the way the Panthers play at this game. Really interesting. But before we leave, we'll invite you. Don't forget, please, to subscribe. Click on the likes and tell me your comments about this video. Tell me what is your prediction between the Panthers versus the Capitals. Thanks for watching another video with the hockey coach, Coach Frenchie for the Hockey Initial Show. But before we leave, we want to remind you one more thing. Of course, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, blessing day, everybody.